As we see this certain woman or girl, you can still call her a girl at this time, as she is 20, as she is a reporter, as she's doing her job, report on anything that her boss says for her to go and report and search, as she's looking around doing her job, as she interviews people. She reports on events that happened that day, as she goes back to her boss, as her boss thanks her and um, says that she's done a good job and have a good night, as she starts walking home, as she dodges people left and right in the streets, as she walks to her apartment, as it is a decent sized apartment, as she can't even call it a condo, but once she turns on the lights, it is pretty much void of anyone else, as she is the only one that lives there, as it has no warmness in it. It is cold and barren, as the light in her eyes dim out a little bit, as she sighs, as she throws her purse on her couch, as she sits down on her couch, looking at the her flat screen TV that is not turned on, as she thinks back on her school days, as it was the same then and it's the same now, as she thought it would be different, but she was wrong, even having a job like hers. Youth is a lie. It is nothing but evil. Those who look to rejoice in their youth deceive themselves and those around them, accepting to fold the circumstances that devour them. In the face of the great and reverent word youth, they will twist any common interpretation or accepted notion out of recognition in their minds. Lies, secrets, sins, and even failures are nothing more than the spice of youth. If failure is truly the designated mark of one's youth, then wouldn't it not be considered abnormal for one not in her youth to still fail at befriending anyone? But I'm sure none of them would admit to that being true. They only define youth to their own benefit. In conclusion, I leave you with this. O you fools who delight in youth, drop dead. As she looks at her TV yet again after thinking that thought, as she turns on the TV, as she sees her once best friend in her childhood turn bully, as she gets angry, as she sees her friend or ex-friend Kazuki Bakugo, as he is in his hero costume saving people, as she is angry, livid as seeing him in person, as she holds her couch armrest very tightly, as she starts producing her quirk, as in her anger state, she lets out some poison from her hand, as she starts disintegrating the armchair or the armrest on the couch a little bit, as she feels her hand fall a little bit. As she looks, as she sees a purplish glow on the armchair or the armrest. As she gets even more angry, as she gets up, as she tosses the table that was close to the couch, as it breaks, as she is livid now, as she's starting to throw things everywhere, as she starts to break down and cry on the ground, as she says, he gets to be a hero and I don't. He was a bully. He is a bully. How is it that he gets to be a hero while I get a normal job like this? He doesn't deserve it. I do. As she starts crying and crying until she can't cry anymore. As she gets up from the ground, as the news is still on, pretty much reporting a live event with Katsuki Bakugo, or his pro hero named Ground Zero, as she's even more angrier. So he changed his name to Ground Zero. That's the name I came up with. Instead of Lord Explosion Murder, he should have kept that name. He pretty much is a murderer. He murdered my dream. She chuckles a little bit. He almost murdered me. I was so close to walking off that edge. It's all because of him that I started being antisocial. He's the start of everything. As she starts ripping her jacket off of her, as some buttons come out of the patchwork of her jacket, as she throws it down, as she is mad, as she walks to her patio, as she sees a pack of smokes and a lighter on the table. As she sighs, as she walks to it, as she opens the box, as she has only one cigarette left, as she takes out the box, throws the box into a trash can, and she puts the cigarette in her mouth as she starts lighting it. As she breathes in, breathes out. As we see her leaning on her patio, as she looks at the city, as she thinks this cesspool of a city, I hate it. I hate it, but at the same time, I can never get rid of that view. As she looks at the pretty lights, as it is now beginning to the sun to go down, as it is now a sunset in the horizon. As she's watching the sunset, as she smiles while puffing in and puffing out her the smoke from the cigarette. As she takes the cigarette out of her mouth, as she holds it in her right hand while still staring at the sunset. as she sighs. And that is the end of this trailer of What If Deku was Venom. Or it's either What If Deku had Venom or What If Deku was Venom. I think the name is What If Deku was Venom. So yeah. As this is one of the one of my newest ideas I've had, and this is the I just made the what's it called, thumbnail just yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before yesterday I made the what's it fucking called, you know, thumbnail. So yeah, I hope you all have a good day or night, whatever your time zone is, and see y'all on the flip side, motherfuckers. Peace out.